Hello, welcome back to another car chat. I decided to film this one during the day so you could actually see my face. It's weird how algorithms and things work, right? Because people will like not click on a video that they're going to listen to even if the video is bad sometimes. So like that video is obviously not that good and it's literally just me sitting here talking in my fucking car before I go to the gym. But still, it's weird. Engagement on things, like even if you are going to listen to the content rather than watch it, people oftentimes prefer to click on a video that has good visuals even if they don't want to watch it. It's just a bizarre one I thought I would point out. Today, there was a couple of different things I wanted to kind of touch off of, but this one's kind of topical for where I'm training. So in my local gym here where I've been doing a few sessions, I can take this damn seatbelt off for now, they don't allow recording. Now, that is fine. I don't usually like recording a lot of my training anymore. I used to record absolutely everything I did. I was always looking at technique, always looking at bar speed. And then I think I hit a point probably, when was that? I don't know. Probably after Nationals 2023, I was just not arsed anymore. I still recorded some stuff, but as time went on, it just became more and more of a time commitment. I think at the time as well, I was training with so many of my own lifters and my friends that my sessions were taking a long time. So the setting up and recording the sets was just, an extra couple of minutes I could save. But I hadn't really been recording at all until more recently, just for like feedback and because I'm working with a coach, like I want him to know what I'm doing. So yeah, I try, but when I'm here, it's obviously I'm like, sorry, I'm in the local gym. I have once or twice managed to sneak a video, but anyway, it brings back a couple of different events or times during my involvement in working in gyms, being members of gyms, and the push and pull of people that have different points on recording your sets or recording in gyms full stop. And I think you can obviously take very polarizing stances on this, and it's going to kind of depend on what it is you're talking about, because I find a lot of the time when people debate on anything, they're talking past each other to what they're trying to say rather than listening to what the other grievance is. And more often than not, I think people would agree if they listen to each other. So this gym does not allow recording, right? Full stop. You're not meant to record on your phone. And I would imagine that what motivated this was there's a very, very young cohort of like young people between probably like 15 to let's just say 18. Very young kids, still in school, still in secondary school. Being on your phone is cool, recording your sets and recording each other in the gym, probably goofing around and all that. This is kind of part of what it is to be young. And then the other main cohort is people that are like mid-40s plus. Like they're not old, but older than these kids. There's a big generational gap. You're talking about like fucking boomers and, Gen Z basically. And you got me in the middle, the millennial. So you've got this big divide, and like the older people obviously don't want people on their phones at all, because I believe there's this element of like feeling like they're being recorded. And look, maybe it's happened, but I do find it's interesting, the difference in how people want to use technology, because anyone listening is like, I'm sure if you're ever at your parents, like if they're anywhere between like 50 to 60 or even a little older, maybe up to like their mid 60s, these motherfuckers are never off their phones. They're always on Facebook looking at some bullshit. They've always got a brother or a sister or a friend or someone ringing them whenever you're trying to talk to them. It's always the same story. For the people that complain about young people who being on their phones, these motherfuckers are never off their phones. But anyway, so in this gym, now they've signs everywhere saying if you're recording on your phone, your membership will be cancelled, basically. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing. And I remember when I worked in FlyFit, there was always this weird kind of grey area where like FlyFit social media would be like, record yourself in the gym, take your pictures, tag us, we'll reshare. But then in the gyms would be like strictly no recording in this area, strictly no recording, no other people can be in the background. I remember when the GDPR laws came in, they were so strict with it. They were trying to like at the time I was a PT, so I wasn't working for them as an employee. I was just on a contract that I did hours in exchange for being able to rent. And they were trying to kind of like police what we posted. And I was like, motherfucker, I don't work for you. This is my own private Instagram. So I just like blocked them from my page for a while so they couldn't see what I was doing. But it's weird, the culture of what people think around recording. And another incident that is relevant to this, I think it was around 2021, Hercules Club, a club in Dublin, one of Ireland's oldest strength establishments, very well liked club. They had a thing up about basically they weren't allowing people to record anymore, and there was this massive pushback from the younger lifters who were like, we all have online coaches, we want to record ourselves so we can send our videos to these people who we pay. And then the older crowd were kind of like, You shouldn't fucking need to record your sets to see if they were good. There's better coaches here than you can get online. And it was this weird dichotomy where you can see it tends to come back to the age thing, where people can see the value in it, and other people, I don't know if they think it's a vanity thing or like there's just something that bothers them about seeing people on their phones. I know like Jay from Abs as well fucking hates phones for a guy that's always sitting on his phone in the gym. And like that, we do kind of rely on our lifters having the ability. Like, I coach online. I coach like 50 people. I need them to record in gyms. I need them to be able to record themselves to see how fast the bars move and how they felt, how things looked in comparison to what they're telling me. Is there more kilos we can put on the following week? Should we kind of match it with a bit better executions or something practical I can tell them? It's a cornerstone to how we coach now. And like that, more and more things are becoming not just remote, but like interconnected through the likes of social media, other communication facets like WhatsApp, YouTube, whatever it might be. You watching this video right now, you're probably watching on your phone like while you eat your food, because we can't fucking sit and eat a meal without watching something anymore. So I think the value of being able to record in gyms should take precedent over somebody else having a head on them because they don't like that the 18-year-old is filming their sumo deadlifts. I can understand from the perspective of filming someone else or actively trying to ridicule someone else, but I think so long as somebody isn't the target of your video, I don't think it matters what you record. We're not in a private domicile. It's not your house. This is not a private area. It's a public gym. You know what I mean? Yes, you have to buy a membership, but like everyone in there is a member. You know what I mean? So it's not like you have a certain degree of right to privacy. But I do understand people also not wanting to be like ridiculed for going to the gym. And anyone who watches Joey Swole, his whole shtick now is like going after people who try to belittle people in the gym, because the gym is meant to be a welcoming environment. But I think people who think that, then who give out about other people using, you know, trying to better themselves by looking at their technique, looking at their sets, seeing what they should do, where they can improve, and not wanting to do that because of how they feel about it, is kind of in the same vein as ridiculing somebody else for doing something you don't like or think they're doing wrong or whatever. It's a bizarre one. So yeah, what do you think? Should there be recording in gyms? Should we not allow it? Is there a benefit to not allowing it versus allowing it? Like, I think the people that are uncomfortable with it are going to be uncomfortable no matter what you do, because these people are probably self-conscious anyway. And I don't think, it's one of those things with a lot of rules, right? Like in Ireland, they keep reducing the speed limit in certain roads. The thing they don't get is the people who are breaking the speed limit aren't the people you need to make go slower. They're going to break the speed limit whether it's 60 kilometers an hour, 80 kilometers an hour, 100 kilometers an hour. They're still going to go too fast. So similarly, the people who want to record in the gym are just going to record and not give a fuck. Like, I saw my opportunity last week and I recorded my deadlift. I don't care about anybody else. I don't give a fuck. I'm just trying to see how my deadlift moves. And it's probably my fault because I'm fucking not driving over to Finglas that I can record in Abs. You know, it's weird. It's the weird subculture because like Westside, like everyone has a tripod and everyone's recording their sets and people are like doing their posing practice in the middle of the gym. So it's such a different side of the culture. I'd actually love to like take some people who are like so uncomfortable with people recording and plop them in the middle of Westside and go, what do you think of this? I think it would be like quite a stark contrast to what they've seen in other gyms. But yeah, that's more or less it. I'm fairly pro recording your sets in gyms. I'm not really pro recording other crap in gyms unless you've got a reason. Like if you're a trainer who needs to record content or whatever, or like you're trying to do instructional videos for your friends, or you're trying to show something, but if it's just like people goofing around and trying to make fun of people, yeah, for sure, you might want to stamp down on that. But like, I think you punish everyone for the sake of a few bad actors, and I don't think that's really the way to go. So like from my local gym here, I'll respect the rules so much as if the gym is very busy and there's people I think might be made uncomfortable by me recording, I just won't. But like if it's fucking quiet, I'm gonna just do what I want because I pay my money, and this gym is not cheap for how fucking terrible it is. Like it's not a very well equipped gym. It's not a very well maintained gym. The equipment's not very high quality, and what there is also in bits. So and the membership is expensive for what that is. So I will do what the fuck I want. And generally, I would generally be one to say, look, if you're going into somebody else's space, you should follow their rules. But I'm kind of the opinion, I'm going to moderate it in the sense that as long as no one else is hurt by what I do and I'm not actively going out of my way to cause harm, I don't think there's any issue with me doing something that could help me improve in the sport that I spend a lot of time in the gym for. Like you're talking easily 8+ hours a week to get better at, and still just spin my wheels at for years and years. But anyway, that's my rant. I'm going to go. I squatted yesterday and my fucking arse is still killing me from all the accessory work, the back extensions, the adductor machine, and the Bulgarian split squats with the safety bar. Brutal. Anyway, We'll be back with another car chat soon. If you haven't yet, please check out the Open Nationals vlog. That was on the shelf for a while, but I finally pumped it out. Have a good one, and thanks again for tuning in.